We should now be live. Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another Art Online Memory Defrag live stream. Of course, today's live stream, we're gonna be kind of going over breaking event results. Kind of talking about stuff that's happened off screen. My thoughts on the current banners and weapon banners, because I will also be talking about those. I didn't have it in the title, but I will be doing that. At the same time, we are going to be farming the side events. I mean, then again, I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't think this is going to be a long live stream, but nevertheless, we'll do some farming, just not a lot. Anyway, a few things to note. Hoping the YouTube section works. They eventually forced out the YouTube Studio, and I hated it. And honestly, that's also because I did not know everything. And also, fun fact, I mean, I would have went off more if it also didn't work. But this is the big but here. It allows you to go back to the old setup, so you can change whatever you want to. I thought they're gonna get rid of every single thing. No, not exactly. And I would show you guys, but it doesn't really matter to me, and I can also see that I'm live. It's also a lot better. Like, here's the thing. It did not look like the old live stream system, and that's the reason why I didn't go for it. But what they should have done was what this is, like the layout they have right now, but combine the last one with it, you know? I don't get why they don't do that. So you can go, when you get into the video details of your live stream, you can literally, I don't think it'll allow me to right now anymore, but you're able to, I keep saying that, go to the, I don't remember where, but you'll be able to go to the old setup system so you can change a few things that are only available in that system, in that area. I'm not too sure again. I don't think I can do it right now. I can't look into it. But they're both there. It's just, why don't they combine both of them? That's my only issue, and that's what I thought of, like, why I didn't like this system before. But now I do. It's ironic that I'm kind of went full circle in literally less than a day when it comes to the YouTube Studio. So that the Discord message is 50% true. But it works. I'm also there. It shows me that I am currently live, so it does work. But the cool thing about it is now I can actually have tags. And then when it's over, it will be those exact tags that I want. And that just makes my life a lot easier post-stream, so I don't have to worry too much. And I can automatically set up a certain playlist. So if there's something I do with the playlist, I can automatically put it in there. Now, I'm only going to do gaming live streams for the playlist. I'll probably off-screen at some point edit the own playlist so that they're in order, especially for SAO MD, but I think at some point it doesn't really matter too much, but it's just something to note. Anyway, aside from that, everything should be working, especially the YouTube side of things, and you guys should be able to watch on YouTube still. And the main reason why I say that is because it allowed me to go into their studio. I don't know why they just couldn't combine the two. One of the main things is that in this setup, they don't have it so you can use OBS or anything. They don't have that, I would say like a global link so that you can connect your OBS to YouTube, and then whatever's on the OBS gets shown. No, that's what I'm trying to get at. I want to try to talk about is I'm able to do that, or for me, I'm using Restream so I can get YouTube and Twitches up to Restream and then back. Of course, that is one reason why the chat is delayed Obviously, I think I told this before or so long ago when people were wondering why it was. It's due to because I'm using Restream, so there is going to be some delay. I mean, to be honest, there's going to be delay anyway, no matter who streams. Anyway, aside from that, let's, I guess, go over the banners before we go over the ranked event results, and also it is the time to scout, because it's yesterday. I have not done this yet. And we got something. So I will also talk about scout results as well. I might as well do that before breaking event results, because then it would make sense if we did it like that. Anyway, before we could kind of continue on, music for you guys. Anyway. So yeah, for those that are joining in right now, I already did figure out that YouTube was working, so we don't really have to worry. For those that are like, okay, is it gonna work? Yes, it is gonna work. And that's mostly because the settings are there. It's just the old studio that they have it linked to. And it's like, I keep saying, I'm gonna keep saying it. Why don't they just combine the two is beyond me. And beyond everyone else in their own thought process. But okay, YouTube, you can be weird. Anyway, it's pretty much like a new YouTube studio for the new one, obviously, but it just doesn't have all the settings. Anyway, another thing to note is if somehow in some way there's no way for me to stream on YouTube, do note, there's always Twitch. So, I guess that's something to note if ever a case arises that ends up happening. You may never know. Anyway, that was my free weekly random scouts thing. We got 10, we got dupe, and I'll take it, I guess. We can use those 100 Hackett crystals on a 6-star. I mean, at least once, but you kind of get the gist. I'll do this again because we can get like 10 or 7 or 8. After we go through those, I generally tend to reset it. And absolutely nothing. Anyway, aside from that, as you can tell, I have not done this yet. I don't think I will. Today's date. Is it going to end next month? I honestly don't think I will. We'll see. Anyway, this is kind of going over what I said on the... Because we're going to go over the banners. This is what... I'm going to pretty much going over the article. There we go. Me and words tonight are not so good. Okay. But yeah, in terms of weapon scouts... Might as well go over my thought process and my positions on these banners. Since we're at the last few days here for these banners, and if you still don't care about website articles, then yeah, this is the perfect time for you. So my placement is Brilliant Bosses Part 2 is first. So first place would be this banner. Like, honestly, at this point, you gotta realize barrier's broken. Barrier, and even top of that double barrier, is so good. You know how many people love barrier? Like, just go to one of those ultimate battles. I can guarantee you'll have someone using a double barrier unit, or at least a barrier unit. Just say. Ranking events allows you to spam without taking damage, losing combo, stuff like that. So you can get deathless and spam at the same time because of barriers. So just kind of giving you some examples of why I place barrier so high. Pretty much they could be used for any events. You could spam a lot more in certain situations. Even with double barrier, you're even more deathless because of it. You're not gonna die with double barrier. I mean, it depends. Like, if you're really bad at the game and you're not spamming correctly, you may end up getting hit more than once, and you may die because of that. Who knows? But with experienced and veteran players, barrier is like a handgun versus a sword. And if it wasn't barrier, it'd be sword versus a sword. That was a weird comparison, but you kind of get the gist. Barrier can be broken in the right hands. And if you know how to deal with the boss, yeah, the boss is dead against a veteran player with just one barrier. Double barrier, yeah. Like, these units are really good if you can manage to limit break them twice. And that's all I gotta really say, is like, compared to all these other banners, I would suggest this one due to barrier. You can use them in any event. Plus, that's not the only thing they have. They have HP recovery, which is on itself okay, everyone has it nowadays, but it works with barrier. And, aside from MP Link, they get more MP than normal. It's what it says on the banner anyway. I'm still not 100% like, okay, that's the truth. I think it is, because I noticed that I got a lot more MP. Shit, I kind of already spoiled the scout results. But I can guarantee, I can safely say that is the case. You do get more MP than the same weapon type. For instance, other sword units are not going to get as much MP than what Yuki will. And that's why, weapon scout wise, it's not as wise to get their weapons, except for the fact of how they did this ranking event. But this is like a only ranking event deal, you know? I could see it coming back where they do the same deal, but I don't expect every single event to. Alright, Primiito summons a bunch. I gotta stare without small Yuki fans. Yeah! I'm not too surprised. I know a lot of people like Yuki, and I actually do like this look of Yuki. Even though I hate they always do the same characters, if they could do it right, I don't mind. And I do like this whole idea of having the costumes as boss characters, even though they kind of done it a little bit, but not exactly for costumes. For characters, it was like different people. But it was nice to see that they eventually came out with this kind of style, I should say. And it's hard to say if they'll do it again. I don't think they will. Anyway, hopefully that kinda helps you guys understand my thought process of why I put it first. Okay, so for second place, and you can probably tell prior to what I say the banner is, I do put Brilliant Bosses in the Dreaming City Part 1 in second place. Mostly compared to like other banners, they have the most synergy between each other, and they're both unique, and they offer a lot more, I would say, than at least Xenon and the Mitigation Asuna. You could debate this Asuna and Xenon a little bit. You could say Xenon's better than this Asuna, but Yuki on the other hand, I mean not Yuki, Alice on the other hand, I would say there's some use to her, especially due to Switch SS3. And there is some scenarios that Switch SS3 can be really helpful. Maybe you want to get some damage in without necessarily... I mean, it's like if you want to switch to someone else that you can't, but you want to have them use an SS3, that's why I would say like Switch SS3 is really good. It just depends upon the situation at hand and what boss you're doing and what the character is. Like, for instance, I would say like skill damage units are really good with the ability, and sadly she is not, but you kind of get the gist. She's good, for instance, with her bow. But like I said, I don't want to compare weapons, but if you did, they end up being really good. And honestly, the weapons that they give for these two characters are the best of this month. Spoiler alert if you haven't read the article. But like the other weapons are kind of shit compared to these two girls' weapons. It's sad. It's honestly sad how bad the other weapons are. It's like they went from like really high power creep to like, we don't know what we're doing power creep. Anyway, they made the second ranking event banner weapons akin to how they did the ranking events. They're not needed compared to the first ranking event, I would argue. Also, I really enjoyed the second ring event. I have to say that first of all. Like, this ring event was pretty dope compared to the last one. I actually liked how they did it. I actually did enjoy playing it, surprisingly. That's hard to say. That's hard to get me to say that. So, round of applause to Bandai in this ring event. But, aside from that, I put these in second place due to how their skills are. They're both unique and both different, and both synergize with each other and have their own goals that they're supposed to be used for. Not goals, niche that it's supposed to be used for. There we go. So Asuna is supposed to be the combo and DPS, and Alice is supposed to be like the what did I say in the article? Massive spike of damage. So, what would we say? Because I know there's some characters that have the similar kind of what I'm saying. Like, as Honestness might be faster, but Alice does a lot more damage. It's kind of like Raindrop Sakuya, a lot of burst damage at once, but is somewhat slow sometimes, and in a DPS setting, Asuna is better than Alice, but Alice does more damage, and it helps that she has Switch SS3. And on top of that, if you can't put their main weapons that they come with on them, it helps with that idea. Alice is supposed to be the combo in DPS. She gets a lot more MP, as same much as the second banner units, while Alice is supposed to be massive damage, but the unit to keep her combo. This is reflected due to her, 1, she's a bow unit, and 2, she gets damage mitigation, so she doesn't do combo anyway with the bow. But nevertheless, as a bow, you're more likely to be out of reach of the boss. The boss doesn't hit you, and you can get continuous combo without worrying getting hit and losing it. So hopefully you get what I'm trying to get at. Why I think Alice is more of like massive damage at once. Might be slower, not be much of a DPS, but she's there to keep the combo. And it's also reflected with the weapons. And it kind of helps with that. This has yet to be a range 7 SC Scout. Okay, true. And that kind of goes along with them needing to spread out the rings and do different units, but these two ranking event banners, I don't mind. I actually do somewhat like both banners. They're a lot better than the other banners this month. Even the 2 bait banners. I'm gonna call it out. The 2 goddess banners are bait as hell. But gotta get the gist. And we'll get around to those banners, which we're actually gonna do now. Which, 3rd, I put the Goddess Terraria. And then 4, I put Goddess Solace. And the reason why I put Leafa above Xenon is Leafa can give any crossing skill unit mitigation in a mitigation-like form. But the thing to note is it's HP over time, not instant. But she still gives in a mitigation. You kind of get what I'm saying? She kind of like gives mitigation. So it's like, that's why I put her in 3rd place, is because she does that. And that's one thing that she has way above than Xenon. So we're gonna go to 4th place, which is Xenon's banner. Like, her kit's like really bad. It's better than Asuna's, the mitigation Asuna, which is in last place, if you can figure that out by yourselves. Hopefully you can. Her kit's not that good, so I might as well go over to her to kind of hopefully make this sense. She has charge, but the thing about her charge is it's not like the Earth units that we've gone, or Fire units, one of the 2, I don't remember which, were charged, but MP requirement is lowered. So instead of 90, it's 50 MP. This Xenon doesn't have that. This is just a normal charge. Hopefully you get what I'm getting at of where she kind of sucks. And of course, HP recovery, which everyone at this point has. So, what is her saving grace? Critical guaranteed. And this is where the whole bait thing comes to. Aside from 2 limit breaks, you have to get 4! So you can understand why, even though she has a better kit than Asuna, she is still rather low and in 4th place, banner-wise. Probably, honestly, would have been the worst banner if Asuna had more to her kit. The mitigation Asuna I'm talking about, the limited time banner Asuna. If she had more than just mitigation, she would be above Xenon. Hands down, she would be above Xenon. But she doesn't. So that's why I put people where they are. And yeah, even though as a limited time unit, and thank you for 30 bits, Blurry Me. Like, even though she's a mitigation and she's limited, just having a BGM is not gonna help you. I don't know what else to say, honestly. Like, the reason why I summoned and I limit braked EG and Yuna was, aside from them having the BNGM, and I kind of like the characters, they had Barrier. And Barrier can be used in any contents in the game, and is easily better than mitigation. And that's what put them higher. And on top of that, there's something I'm also forgetting about Asuna, is that those 2 examples can additional attack with any water units. This Asuna can only do it with Kirito. So that's another reason why she's literally the last place. If she can non-elemental partner for additional attack, that's how you can figure out what they can additional attack with. It's the combination character. And then we can go to the other banners if you want to, and I can show you guys, and I can prove my point. But yes, Asuna can only additional attack with Kirito, while Xenon can additional attack with any holy unit team. This pretty much allows the other 4 banners to be any team comp. Asuna here is only limited to non-elemental team comps with Kirito in it. Everyone else has to be Kirito that can additional attack with an elemental or Asuna. And that puts her way below. And on top of just only with mitigation, you're not going to see much of her in ranking events unless they're free-to-play players that are very desperate. Aside from that very niche possibility of that happening, you will most likely not see this Asuna at all. That's just how bad it is nowadays to have specific characters as a combination character. You need or want for a character to additional attack with other elements. If they don't, they're not going to be used. They're going to be trash compared to the yellows. And that's why she's so low. And I understand, they did it Kirito and made her limited to, I think it might have been an anniversary-like for the anime, but I'm sorry, but she's trash. And that kind of makes the character trash if you're going to limit to only a character. It depends upon the characters too, you could argue, but she would have more use if it was with all non-elemental units. And in most cases, you would use her in a non-elemental team with a non-elemental Kirito, which... How many characters do we have non-elemental? Raise your hands to say no. Come on, raise your hands. Like, last time I checked, there was no other non-elemental Kirito except one, actually. I'm thinking about it now. There is only one, but that's the wedding Kirito. And that's about it. So you kind of see why she's trash. She has literally no uses in most team comps. Because she can't additional attack with other non-elemental units. And they do factor additional attacks. So for those that are wondering, additional attacks are important and are absolute. Especially in ranking events. So if you're going to go in there and thinking you don't need additional attack, sorry buddy. Wake up, Buttercup. But you will be needing that additional attack for that amount of DPS and combo that you will be needing to get as fast as time as you can get. Because if let's say this rank event, if I didn't have additional attack, I would be in 50-second range. Or maybe around 50 seconds. I feel like 50 seconds is a little bit too much, but that hopefully kind of registers that, yeah, additional attacks are very important, and if a character gets very limited access to additional attacks, especially with element and team comps, you can figure out easily why this Asuna is really trash. The only reason why they probably put limited time scout on her to begin with is because they know she's trash. She's pretty much collection. You have her as collection, maybe you'll use her in Fork an event, but that's about it. Or if you want a meme, that's an option too, but I would strongly suggest not doing that unless you're one of those guys, and you can go ahead and do it. Just so they do enough damage. Or that person will probably never allow you into their party anymore. Okay. So we kind of went through the banners. Hopefully understand my thought process and why I put them in place. So I'll go over the placements again for those that want to hear it again. First place is Jimin City Part 2. Second place is Jimin City Part 1. Third place is Earth Goddess Terraria. Fourth place is Goddess Solace. And then fifth place is the Hope Finding Light, which by far the worst banner summon for. And another thing to note, there's so many bad things about this banner that I have to make note of. And I have to keep making note of. She is like the Samurai Kirito. Why I say that? You might be wondering what's wrong with Samurai Kirito that I suggest even whales and dolphins not to summon on this banner. If they have it. Here we go! Okay, look at this. First place, first spot. Okay, we have the Asuna in the banner as a 6-star. Okay, good. There should be 5-star next, but wait, no! It's a 6-star after that. So yes, the reason why this banner is probably the worst banner to ever summon for, and even free-to-play, Dolphin, Where, I don't care who you are, how much you put money into this game, the reason why you want to avoid this banner so much is you can get other 6-stars as pity. Guarantee? I think the only good thing is guarantee is for Asuna. But you have to get to there to get as guarantee. In most likely situation, if they allow you to get back to step 5, you would have to spend 125, 250, 200. So you have to go through step 5 3 times. 4 times, 5 times technically, 5 times. That is over $500. Just to max limit break this Asuna if you're very unlucky and you only can get her through step 5. And that's also if you can get to step 5 multiple times. So this is why this banner overall is not a good banner to summon for. The only situation where anyone should summon on this banner is if you're a new player that literally just started 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, just started today, and you need a unit, a mitigation, a healer to get through the content quickly. That would be the only time you would summon on this banner, maybe more than first step. I mean, you could go for step 1, but in most cases, in a very high likelihood, you would never get this unit. In the first step, anyway. You could go and try to get her, but you'd be spending hundreds of dollars just to try to get one copy of her. I say hundreds, you may end up going with 100, maybe. It just depends upon how much damage you had before you put money into the game just to summon more. And on top of that, of how current recent events that is still happening with a certain unnamed virus that will go unnamed, it's very wise that you don't do that. If we're going to be honest here, please don't summon for this banner. Especially as a Werewolf Dolphin. I understand collection's sake, but if you're going to summon for this banner, get to step 5 if you really want this Asuna and get the hell out of there. It's not worth going over step 5 once. If you really want her and you're really gonna try to get her. But in the end, she's not worth it. And as a free-to-play, it's just best to skip her banner. Unlike these 2 banners, last time I checked, they're not limited. And if I'm correct, they should only be the 6 stars in this banner. No! There are other 6 stars. Well, oh shit. Okay, well, I guess you could put these 2 characters in the same situation as that limited time banner, which I thought they weren't going to be because they're not limited, but that's good to know. If we go to this banner, obviously it shouldn't be the case. It should, if you go right over here, it's only the 2 units and it instantly to a 5 star. So, you could argue the same deal for Sinon and the goddess Lifa. But at least with them, they're not limited, so you can get them another time. And, well, that's about it. Like, these 2 units, I would say out of the 2, if you wanted to go for one of them, go for Lifa. Because she's pretty much gives mitigation to people. That's amazing, if I'm gonna say. So that opens up a lot of team comps for Holy, or any of elements if you really wanted to give mitigation. You can use her. It pretty much just opens up the window of putting characters that don't have mitigation, that would be broken with mitigation, given a mitigation. Like I keep saying, it's not entirely mitigation, because it's only HP over time, and you have to give it to them using Lifa. But aside from that, in a sense, you can give them mitigation. So that's why I would say she's at least 3rd place. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about character banners. You kind of get the gist. I already went through them all. Also, very bait, because limit break 4 times. The hell? Why not 2? It's like, why? At this point, we definitely can tell you're trying to make this very bait, especially since it's anime banner. It's honestly, to begin with, they're not that great. I mean, at least from Lifa, she's somewhat usable, but for Sinon, she's oof. It's very oof. Unless she has some crazy damage with SS3, and you can use her critical guaranteed to some form, that's the only 2 things I could think about that might see use for her. Charge is really bad. It's the normal charge that doesn't reduce MP. Anyway. Like I said, I'm gonna stop talking about him. Okay, now let's go over weapons. So we'll do the same as what we've always been doing. We're gonna go over the placement of weapons. The reason why I went over weapons, and I'm gonna talk about weapons, is because weapons now have skills. Newsflash, if you haven't been checking weapons, you should now start to anyway. You missed a whole month of this. Weapons now have skills that could literally be given to any unit. For instance, this is the only first example and only example so far, but in a sense, if you get Alice's bow here, you can literally give anyone a damage mitigation. It's not full mitigation unless the person can heal themselves. Then it would be in term mitigation. Any bow. It can literally be overkill for certain bow units. Yeah. I don't know how much people know this or have checked, but you can literally check it yourselves. But they're a thing. It started this month, and that's why I'm going over banners. The weapon banners. Because it's now to the point where you have to go for weapon banners. Well, I would say that, but that's not the case yet. I would say for the first ranking event it was, but after that, it's not so much. Due to the other skills being trash. If I'm gonna be real here, these other weapon skills are really bad. They're just simple MP recovery with kill or parry, or HP recovery after parry. That's about it. And you're not gonna get that too much unless you're against a tanky boss, for instance, Forkland event. and maybe see some use for the MP recovery for parry and ranking events if it's a tanky boy. But aside from those two things, you won't see much of it. You could argue might be helpful for the ranking event that it just ended yesterday. Well, not so much. I was able to do the ranking event and get top 10 without the need for the weapons, and that's still spoiling, which I'll go over the weapon scouts. I will go over the weapon scouts for you guys, but yeah. Compared to these two weapons, the other weapons are kind of trash. So, weapon placement banners times. Let's go. So, first place, I put, of course, this banner, which is Weapon Scout 1. Second place, we have the double barrier parry MP recovery for second place. You kind of already know the reason why. It's because in long battles, getting a little bit more MP with parry can maybe give you enough parry to do enough SS3s or get enough MP to SS3. Who knows? But I would argue it can be helpful in long-term battles or for clan events, and they're really good on these units due to barrier. Barrier's already good. You use them in any content, give them the weapons, they're gonna be tanking and staying alive for years. If a boss was never a dying boss that gives you parries, having these two units, you could survive for years in that battle with these weapons. Because you give that extra, I would say, defense, being able to get a little bit MP just with parry. So that's why I have them in second place. Third place, I put the second banner, which is the Asuna banner, and the fourth banner, which is Leafa's. The reason why, both of them give MP recovery with parry. Nothing too crazy. I would put MP over HP. Both of them don't need it, if I'm gonna be real with you. And that's why I don't really have them as high. Because in the end, both of them don't need it. But it doesn't mean other units can't use it. Other units can use these weapons and get these skills, so it might be useful for them. But for Asuna, the medication limited time Asuna and this Leafa, they're not really worth it. But they're there, and if you want something like it, you could get it and use it, but that's why they're in third place. They're not as useful. And then you might be wondering, fifth place, what is it? A bow. Okay, for Sinon. This also kind of goes in tie with Sinon being really trash. It just adds on to how bad Sinon is. MP recovery and enemy kill. You might be thinking, well, it's MP recovery. Shouldn't that be higher? Well, yes, but 90% of the content in this game, you only face one enemy per crest. Unless it's a 4-clan event, where you face minion levels, or in some side events where you have maybe minions before, or just maybe those low-leveled quests like the collab had, where it was like quests with storyline before we got to the ranking event, we'll see some use. But 90+% of the content in this game, it is a dead skill. Because in most cases, you will be facing only one boss, and you will not be getting MP unless you finish the mission. Which at that point, it's useless because you've already finished the mission. So if you're gonna go for this bow, go for it because it's a holy bow, not for its skill. And that is why it's in fourth place. It's the worst weapon scout banner this month. Nothing much else to say. There are certain situations where there might be multiple bosses per crest, but it's not enough to justify getting this weapon and using this weapon. Especially since there's still the match elements deal. It's only going to be used on only holy elemental bow units if you want that additional damage. So it just kind of adds more to it just being like a very lackluster skill. And you should honestly use this for holy bow units only. Not because of its skill, but because of the extra damage it will give. Okay. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell for this month about weapons and my thought process. Pretty much, the Beast character banners are the best banners this month, along with the Weapon Scouts as well. But ironically enough, both banners and Weapon Scout banners of the units that, you know, like I said, these Beast units, weapons, and characters, they're both second place. That just kind of shows you how good they are. But the other units are just, they're bait. Nothing much else to say. And talking about bait, I know a lot of people in my Discord, and I haven't really checked to see, and there might be some in other places, but a lot of people are thinking something's coming around the corner. Because with all this bait, there's something big that's gonna come around that's worth summoning for. So just letting you know, there might be something big, and you might want to save your diamonds. Go for Beast 1 or 2 banner, go for Beast 1 weapon banner, and then stop for this month. If you plan on trying to go for some banner scouts, if you need a scout, I would suggest those 3 banners. Anyway, aside from that, let's grab this stuff, which, oh yeah, okay, weapon scout that we did on stream. Let's grab all these tickets that I didn't claim yet, okay. And let's talk about Yellow Eyes Boy. Huh? Oh, you're talking about, the guy characters getting the Beast treatment? Maybe. But let's talk about scout results. Because I know I did hope that I have the characters to see how they are. And I can guarantee the whole MP recovery more than usual with normal attacks. And the main reason why is because I did end up scouting, at least for the Beast Banner Part 2. And you can kind of already get the gist of what I'm trying to get at. Let me see if I can switch here real quick. So, first of all, of course, that's the wrong one, I think. Why is it... why is it like this? There we go! There we go! That's the right one! For some reason, I have like 3 different things of the same deal. I'm gonna actually remove that. That's my Plants vs. Zombies layout. I need to get rid of the other one, but I'm not gonna worry about it now. But, so first of all, I decided to go for the Scout up, because I think originally, I could check to see, that. I did the normal Scout, the rate off Scout for the banner originally, I did. For the Beast Banner Part 2. But I didn't get much. As you can tell, I got 3 originally, which I know that says 10. We haven't gone there yet, but I got 3 originally. So I was like, I found enough diamonds, and I was like, you know what? Since I know how... Because I waited until the 4th banner came out. I wanted to check weapon scouts to see if the other weapons were good enough to maybe go for. And since they weren't, I decided to, why not just go for another weapon scout? I mean, character scout. And I did. And I went for the rate up for, who was it? I think it was Liz second. It was the last rate up for the banner. I think it was Liz. And so, of course, I did it. I got 10 record crystals, which this is my first time. Getting 10 is super dope, especially if it's your first scout. That's like instant win status. Because you're at least going to get guaranteed something if you got trash in the normal scout. And on top of that, and guys, if you're in Discord, you probably can already figure this out or find it out for yourselves. Obviously, I got one of them, which was Liz. Didn't get anything else. And I got 10 record crystals on top of it. So I was like, okay. Well, let's see what record crystal gives me. Because honestly, at this point, I was like, I don't really care if I get Yuki or get a dupe. It'd be nice, but I wouldn't mind getting a 5-star either. And the game was like, you know what, bro? We're gonna help you out a little bit. So Argo, being a champ, decides to give me Yuki from the Core Crystal Scouts, from the miraculous 10 Crystal Scouts. So, in one scout, I ended up getting both of them. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. So, of course, switching back to, come on, where is it? SAO here. It's up here, there we go. Oh, and thank you for joining us, Pro Gengu. I'm gonna quickly give you the link start roll. Okay. So, my team that I used was Silica, Yugi, and Elizabeth. So now here comes to the section of ranking events results. Now, honestly, I didn't try that hard. I just did it deathless, and I was done. And honestly, I should have brought a buffer, a debuffer, or a support unit. I didn't. It probably would have got me a little bit faster score. Time, I should say. Which gave me more score, which I would have got a lot higher placement. But of course, this was the team I used. And of course, Elizabeth is actually limit break twice, as you can tell by level 86. I did not limit break Yuki twice yet. I might, because it's double barrier. And I'm kind of wanting to get double barrier if I'm gonna be real with you, because double barrier would be nice. I don't know. I should, honestly, I should. Like, all of my units at this point, if it has double barrier, they're mostly limit breaked. I know there might be one or two that I haven't gotten yet, which were 5 stars. But in a situation where I have to use them in ranking events, not ranking events, Falcon event, then I will limit break them. Which actually, since I'm talking about it now, I might as well limit break your tries. But before that, ranking event. So I did it with 37 seconds. Do notes, that was up any buffer support unit. That was just when I first did it, I stopped. Technically, I tried again, but I was like, I'm gonna stop. And that's kind of what we ended up with. I mean, then again, I did it last second of the ranking events, and I also did not use ranking event sorceries. Because I made that a note too, is I did not use my ranking event sorceries. I did farm the ranking event sorceries, and I did try it out, which is what I was trying to get at. Was like, I did try it again, but I wasn't seeing any major improvements. It pretty much came down to, and I knew this, but I didn't really want to try, because I just said, I don't care, is bringing a support unit. A defense down, attack up, whatever type of unit that gives a buff would have gotten me a lot faster time cleared, but I decided not to. And I could have gone faster, but I didn't. So that's just something to note. And with 37 seconds, with 3 hours left on the ranking event, by the way, like this was, like I said, last second, I got 4th place. But in those last 3 hours, I did get top 10. 2 people end up wanting to do it again and try to get top 5 because I hurt their little feelings and passed over them. 2 people tried to do it again, and it was like 35 seconds and 36 seconds, and I ended up getting put in 6th place. And if I'm gonna be real with you, I could have done it again. I could have gone top 5, but like I said, I really didn't care. I mean, I could have done it if I was streaming, if I took the time to, but at that point, it was so late, and I was like, I don't want to, because I worked yesterday. I worked till like 7, and I didn't want to because I was already exhausted from work. So I said, you know what, no, we won't stream. So that is why we got the placement that we did. Unlike last ranking events, where even when we got units, and I actually did try, even on stream, I got 11th place, by the way. If you're wondering, I got 11th place with ranking event units. That's how stupid last ranking event was. It was so so unbalanced. I really hated that last ranking event to death. But this ranking event, I enjoyed greatly. I didn't try enough on it, but I did enjoy it greatly. I might as well show you guys for this rendering. And hey, welcome to the stream, Infield. What's up, mate? So 6th place, like I said, 37 seconds. If it decides to not do that, East live streamer. I would use an emulator, but I would have to use a mouse. And we already talked that with Mick Giggles as well. Just, if you're really determined, you can, but it's just wise to stay with your mobile phone and your fingers. About 37 seconds. Thank you for the follow, Chuckle Chiz. Thank you, my dude. But yeah, 5th place was 36 seconds. And if I'm correct, 4th place is, 35 seconds. The 3rd place was 29, and then upwards from there. I think that person did it. And probably used Kirito for the early kill, which I should have done, honestly. That would have been a great idea, but I didn't. But yeah, you kind of get the gist. I should have honestly used a support unit or someone who can kill off earlier. Probably would have been top 5, but I didn't really try. I did it once, and I was like, you know what? It's a fun ranking event, but I decided not to, and that's how we got 6th place. Could have gone higher, but no. Anyway, I know you wanted to say something in the field. What is it, mate? Also, character art crystal event. I didn't remember seeing that, but I might actually look into that. I'm actually look into that real soon, but we're gonna do some ticket scouts while we're at it. I guess this is what MD looks like after creating the game for a year. Yep. I mean, there's a lot more to it. Like, if you haven't been here, like, it depends upon when you leave. If you left before the anniversary, then you would have missed out on crossing skills and additional attacks and crossing fact skills and all sorts of stuff. Oh, more equipment. I gotta sell that 2-star and 3-star stuff. But let's grab the not really cared about silica. I like the design, but honestly, I really don't give a care about silica. This silica, anyway. Any Metascout character, it's really hard for me to care about. Because you already know my thought process. Metascout characters are useless. They don't have any use. You could argue they do, but rarely, there's really no point. Simple as that. There's really no point in caring about Metascout characters. Anyway, I wanted to actually go there and sell some equipment. I heard all the Mega Rails quit the game. I wouldn't be too surprised. With how they're doing things. I mean, I would say a lot more people came back, or at least some people came with the Persona collab. If you probably did miss that too, for sure. If you've not been here for a year, you missed out on the Persona 5 collab, mate. And that's pretty much the gist of everything I wanted to talk about today's stream. I said I was gonna side event farm, but I don't know. I don't want to make this too long of a stream. I just knew I wanted to stream today, or at least some part of today. Lock this, if I can, if the game will allow me to. Hello? Anyway, you guys have anything else you want to talk about or notes? Also, I completely also fucking neglected to do this, so... Mega Bingo! And some people are doing some guild stuff. Hey! It's you two guys. Dang it. Fuishi and... Melvi? Yeah, Melvi, if I'm correct. Or maybe SMH. Anyway, members. We're kicking 2 people that may have already left already. Let me see. But Rue and Disdain. I think Disdain already left, so we don't have to worry about that. But Rue over here is gonna be kicked because of an activity. Sorry, Ruru, but peace. Also, I guess the guild missions we did with only 2 people. Because I think it was yesterday when I was playing with Melvi. Or was it SMH? I think it was SMH, actually. But yeah, clear an event totaled 1,000 times. Begin members log in 7 days in a row, and... I remember they... I'm guessing that was the last ranking event stuff. Or was it this one? Maybe last ranking event. Yeah, we probably won't get that. We'll see, but not bad. I guess 5-star units are useless now. Yep. Wait, did you skip 6 stars? I mean, the only use they have is fortune events and missions, and one more thing, guild ranking events. Some 4 stars and 5 stars are still being used in guild ranking events. So technically they're not completely useless, but they're useless in decent amount of context. Obviously because of 6 stars and 6.5 stars. Now, I don't know how long you've been gone, but if you missed 6 stars, you certainly missed 6.5 stars. Which, I don't know, I mean, I guess we'll do this. Because I want to grab this diamond. Because we can. So we'll see if they do. If anyone does. If that's fine if we don't. Okay, okay. I think I could maybe invite, but... We'll see if anyone joins. We'll see if we can join another person, and then there you go. Yay, there's an movie. I just want to grab this last diamond that I didn't get because of multi. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Re-indeed, Melby. Why? Okay, enough Freind for today. Okay, he does this. Ah, dang it. Ah, rip. I'm so used to him doing something different. Lovely. This is going off really well, guys. Okay, but the gist was, there's a different move he could do, and he usually does that one, and I'm usually used to it. But the game's like, nope. But that's fine, we can do this. He's pretty much dead at this point. There we go. And this is 3 finisher. Honestly, it's still pretty dope. I stopped playing during the Ionization childhood Kirito banner. Okay. He's like, the fuck? It is broken. If it wasn't for the fact that it's such a low HP part, that like there's a certain trigger for it. So pretty much, it was from the Persona banner. And Persona in the game has a mechanic. If you stun all the enemies, non-boss, I mean, I think it's still kind of current bosses if you hit the rate points, and there's sometimes that might be the possibility. But pretty much you're doing what's called an all-out attack. In that game, depending upon the situation, it could do massive damage, or it could instant kill. So in a way, it is broken. You're on the right track, in feel. So, with the Persona banner, if the boss HP is 10% below, or in terms of a bar, it would be 4 bars. It's the last bar with in the yellow at like a 25% point. Or if it's 5 bars, I think it's like maybe last bar but halfway. I'm not too sure on the 5 bar part. But it will trigger the all-out attack instantly. The boss is instantly dead. Time instantly stops, and it will play the animation. And my friend, that is how you can, in a way, kill the boss a lot earlier in ranking events. But that's why you don't see much use of it, especially this ranking event. But there's some people, as we went through the ranking event, you saw someone had Panther. Someone used that to their advantage to kill the boss a lot earlier. So kudos to them to try to use one. It was kind of hard this ranking event because 2 elements don't have an all-out attacker. Earth, which was this ranking event, and Wind, which was not last ranking event. And I don't think we've had a Wind ranking event yet. Again, after the Persona collab. But those are the 2 only elements that don't. So it would have been hard to put one in. But yes, that is an option, and honestly, it can be pretty cool and can be pretty broken, depending upon the situation. But it's really hard to find that, and time it perfectly, I should say. So it depends upon the situation, the ranking events, and how much damage you do. And if you do it correctly, you can use it to your advantage, like I said, get a faster time on ranking events. And due to that Persona character, You may end up getting top 5, maybe top 3, maybe top 10, depending upon what characters you have. And how stupid the ranked event boss is. Anyway, aside from that, that's the quickest lowdown I could give for the Persona 5 collabs. Characters. There's Panther, Joker, Skull, Violet, and then you have the Persona 5 costume characters, which is Kirito as Joker, Alice as, can't remember. Now in Kirito 6-star upgradable. True, they did do that. Shoot, who else? Inari, that's what it was. Alice as Inari. Sinon as... Can't remember her name. Can't remember her name right now. Who else? There's one more. Alice. Asuna as Berserker. I can't remember the last one. Oh shit. But it was what Sinon was. Anyway, aside from that, I'm gonna try this a little bit. I don't think I'll do too much. But you kind of get the gist. I should probably check the element. What is the element? Oh, it's Earth? Oh. Well, we'll see. If I'm correct, if that is correct, that's pretty darn dope that we didn't have to change anyone. And we literally have a team ready to destroy it. It is, okay. Just destroy him. And we get a warning. Okay, I have no idea what this extra boss is gonna be. Oh, it's dark. Okay. I did that perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna focus on just getting MP. Ever since 6 stars came out, the game has turned to an SS3 spam? Pretty much, but that's mostly due in fact that you can do multiple SS3s now. I got hit out of barrier. Okay, game. Oh, it's SAO and... Okay. We're going to kill you, boss. There you go. There's a... Okay. It might seem like it, but not exactly. I mean, just depends upon the situation. I did because I was getting more damage output and like that. Okay, I'm guessing this event was meant for the 2 goddess characters, which kind of sucks. I guess we're gonna have to use multi-elements in a way, which is still possible. We can use Skull. Okay. Best attacker, not too surprised. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do this event some other day. I'm not gonna go too hard into it. I was just kind of curious on this event. I'm not too much of a fan of this extra boss, but we can deal with it. I might as well kind of edit a team. So, kind of a look of the collab characters. If you ever played Persona 5, then you can easily know which characters representing who and what characters there are. So, it was a cool collab. I really enjoyed it. I'm a Persona 5 fan, so I was really down for it when it came out. And these Persona 5 characters are, in a sense, good and can be used in any team comps. I'm not lying about that. Joker can additional attack with any other unit in the game. Yeah, so I don't know what time you last played, but after the Tails collab and Mikoto and Thok, Sortalina, Ronnie and Tease, Administrator, we got Cardinal, Immuno, then we got, so whatever her name is, Sister of Alice, and then the Persona 5 characters. I'm gonna go Joker due to mitigation and Holy, any conditional attack with other units. And we're gonna go with the 2 units we were already using, the Beast Monster characters. No, we already passed Liz. Let me go back here. Yeah, we definitely passed Liz. I don't know what I was doing there. And of course, the collab banner units actually had special icons for their weapons and such. So yeah, it was, for me, I really enjoyed it. I think a lot of other people enjoyed it. It was all even better because they didn't just do costume characters like the Tails collab. I'm sorry that I have to whip into them like that, but it's the truth. Anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna end it off here. We can farm this event another day. We have 15 days left, or technically now it's 14. Yeah, I don't know when I decided to change there, but we are going to end the live stream off here. I kind of got the main bulk of what I wanted to talk about and do. And it was, like I said, it's not going to be, it wasn't a long live stream, and it really isn't. It's not going to be anyway, because I am doing that now, but in terms of Weapon Scouts, I'll say it again for those that just joined. Only summon for the Beast Banners 1 and 2 and Beast Banner weapons, because weapons now have skills. I might as well kind of go over there now, just because I think Infield doesn't even know that either. Weapons, ironically enough, they just started this month power creeping weapons by giving them skills. But only the first part Banner Weapon Scout is the only best one, honestly, compared to the others. Like, if you're gonna go for Weapon Scouts, only go for these, because these are honestly the best skills. The others are very simple, not that great skills that they also have that like multiple banners have. For instance, HP recovery for parry, MP recovery per parry, and then MP recovery on kill. That's not really good compared to mitigation, damage mitigation, I should say, and more MP with 50 plus combos. I would argue that this weapon scout's better because, you know, you get more MP over time with this sword than the other parry for MP. You'd get more MP with this than those. And of course, mitigation. Who wouldn't love to get any bow mitigation? Or at least damage mitigation, I should say. You don't get HP, you only just reduce damage, you don't get status afflicted, and you don't lose your combo. And of course you do get less damage, but you kind of get the gist. This is why this banner is really good compared to the others. We already went over it, but those are the 3 banners you should go for. Beast 1 and 2, and that weapon scout. Aside from that, skip everything else. And yeah, don't know so much else to say. If you guys did enjoy today's live stream, make sure you like and subscribe / follow. In the description below is Discord, so do please go check it out. If you guys have any questions, do also join the Discord. If you already joined, just go into the SAO MD help room and ask a question. Or you can just ask a question in Memory Defrag. It doesn't really matter. You can ask a question on Discord, and someone will come by to help answer whatever question you had. And aside from that, you guys already know the drill. I'm Zigma11. Good luck on your summons. Good luck on your shiny hunting. Next stream, I can't guarantee. I mean, the last time I streamed, I think it's already been a week. I'm sorry, but I think it has been over a week, and I didn't feel like streaming this whole entire week and / last week, sort of. But I want to try to get more streams in, especially since I am technically done unless something pops out. I am done for this semester for college. The only other thing that I have to worry about is work, because I am an essential worker. But I only have work this week for 2 days, so it might be similar. So expect more streams. I do want to try to do more streams. It's just up to how I feel, and if I can motivate myself to do it. But aside from that, thank you all for joining. Have a nice day. Be safe. Be healthy. And I'll see you guys later. Like I said, next live stream, I can't guarantee when it will be, but I'll be back. As they all say, all the Terminator says, I'll be back. But yeah, hopefully this next week for sure. I'm trying to think what we would be streaming. I did promise I was going to do Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I do want to. I just been focusing on so many other things. I just haven't really gone around to it. Resident Evil 3 popped up out of nowhere, and I've been joining that. I still have not touched much Final Fantasy VII, so it's like, there's a lot of things that I want to do or get around to it, but we'll see if I'll do. Who knows? Honestly, at this point, there's legit so much happening that I may or may not. And we may end up streaming on the 30th, which is a Thursday, maybe Wednesday night, Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. And that will be for Epic 7. I may just do that because it's been a very long time since we've done Epic 7, and I want to stream when the collab comes around. And they're doing the GGG collab, so we'll see. I really want to do it. We can, because I am using emulators. We kind of came back to streaming other games, but it's like I haven't really streamed enough, so it's like, yeah, I have been. So it's, I don't know, it's mixed. Anyway, I need to stop rambling, and I'm gonna get going. Thank you. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys later. Peace.